Hello everybody, welcome to Tiger Tales, where fanfiction is read and written by moi and given to you in an audiobook drama. Now, none of the fanfiction on this channel doesn't breach any copyright and doesn't infringe upon its original source. Now, I'm usually doing Power Rangers, which is fantastic, but I did want to dive into other fandoms that I'm a big fan of. So today we're diving into Pokemon, or something I like to call Pokemon The Lost Chronicles. And today, if this does well, I may continue. So let's dive into Pokemon Lost Chronicles Tales of Ace, Veilstone City Gym Part 1. Ace stood there in front of the gym in Veilstone City. He had arrived the day before but paid for a night in a hotel and slept in. He had purchased a few potions and berries and headed straight for the gym. Suddenly he felt a slight nudge in the back of his leg. He looked down to see his Luxray staring up at him. "What?" Ace asked with a smile. He rubbed his hand over the scruff of fur on Luxray's head. "Come on, buddy, let's get our third gym badge," he told his Luxray. Luxray roared. Ace and Luxray walked into the gym as the automatic doors had opened, and they entered the dojo-like room. A man walked up to them dressed in all of fighting attire. "Hello, young trainer, and welcome to Veilstone's gym, the home of some of the best fighting-type Pokemon, and their respecting trainers, and of course the gym leader Maylene. But before you take on the gym leader and attempt to get the gym badge for your 8 gym badges, you must beat one of her pupils," the man told him. "Hey there, and thanks, I'm Ace," Ace said as he shook the fighter's hand. Luxray made a low growl. "Oh, and this is my main partner Luxray," Ace told him, pointing down at the Pokemon. "Nice to meet you both. Now please, step forward and meet your opponent," the man said. Ace nodded, and with Luxray they both walked forward onto the big square arena. Another pupil stepped forward on the opposite end and stood there with his fist out. "Hey there, Ace, my name's Colby, and I'll be your first opponent," Colby yelled. "Nice to meet you. Let's do this," Ace said with his arms crossed. Colby pulled out a small ball from inside his pocket, pressed a middle button, making the Pokeball double in size. He then threw it in the air. The Pokeball popped open, white energy exploded, and formed into a Machoke. "Let's get it, Machoke," Colby yelled. "Chalk!" Machoke called out. "That's a tough Pokemon." "Alright, let's do this," Ace said. He grabbed a Pokeball from his satchel, held it out, it popped open, and a Primblup now stood in front of Ace. "Pring!" Primblup chirped. "Ready, pal?" asked Ace as he resumed his casual stance with his arms crossed. Primblup turned and nodded at Ace. "Machoke, use Brick Break," Colby called out. The Machoke ran at Primblup with one hand now glowing, swinging it hard at Primblup. Primblup just jumped backwards, dodging the attack. "Counter it with Cut," Ace called out. Primblup flippers started glowing white as it swung its attack at Machoke, hitting the beefy Pokemon across the chest. Machoke staggered backwards. "Hit it again," Ace called out. Primblup jumped forward and slicing down, hitting Machoke again. "Now hit it with Bubble Beam," Ace told the little penguin Pokemon. Primblup opened its beak and the stream of powerful bubbles exploded from its mouth, hitting Machoke head-on. "Now use Headbutt," Ace demanded. Primblup dived forward head first, colliding with Machoke. Machoke staggered back, then forward, then back again, before it fell on the floor, defeated. "What? How did you do that so quick?" Colby called out in shock as he returned Machoke to his Pokeball. "That's how we work. Proves our training and determination," Ace told him, with a grin. "Alright, but this time it's 110%, Colby called out as he threw another Pokeball, and another Machoke stood in the place of the first Machoke. "Hey Primblup, you good to carry on?" Ace asked. Primblup turned to its trainer and nodded. "Good, then you're still in," Ace told Primblup. "Machoke, Seismic Toss," Colby called out. The Machoke ran at Primblup, grabbing it quickly, and then it bent backwards, dropping Primblup hard on the floor. "You good, pal?" Ace asked. Primblup stood up and nodded. "Okay, good, use Bubble Beam," Ace called out. The Bubble Beam flew at Machoke and hit it in the face. The Machoke just grunted. "Double hit now," Colby called out. The Machoke swung its first fist at Primblup, hitting it across the face, then punched it again in the stomach. Primblup dropped to the floor, grunting in pain. "Take your time, Primblup," Ace called out, not fazed by the fact that his Pokemon was just injured. Primblup stood and faced Machoke once again. "Tough little guy, ain't he?" Colby grinned. "You don't know the half of it," Ace told him. Primblup used Cut, Ace told his water starter. Primblup swung at Machoke again, hitting it hard. "Brick Break, Machoke," Colby yelled. "Dodge that, then Bubble Beam," Ace called out. Primblop jumped backwards, avoiding the attack, then shot his bubble beam, hitting Machoke, making it fall back. Quickly, Machoke, get back up. He's gonna use headbutt, Colby told his Machoke. The Machoke started stepping backwards, away from Primblop. You're not gonna get me twice, Colby said with a cocky grin. Colby looked directly at Ace, who just stood there with his arm crossed, with a slight grin on his face. What are you still smiling for? I got you all figured out, Colby called out. Do you, though? Ace questioned. Colby's face dropped. See, everyone asks why I'm always so calm. That's because I trust my Pokemon. We have a good relationship, and through a great connection and training you can get some amazing techniques done. Especially when it comes to battling, Ace told Colby. But you've done it. I've countered you, Colby growled. Did you, though? Ace asked. Machoke, quickly, move away, Colby snapped, the Machoke jumping backwards yet again. Ain't gonna help you, pal. Primblop, use Ice Beam, Ace called out. Primblop opened its beak and an ice-cold beam shot from its mouth and hit Machoke hard, knocking it off its feet, dropping it to the floor, leaving it unconscious. Whoa, that's impressive, Colby gasped. He returned his Machoke to the Pokeball. Primblop ran over to Ace. Ace dropped to one knee and hugged his Pokemon. Well done, pal. You did good. Surprising that the Ice Beam kind of worked, huh? Primblop just chirped with glee. Ace pulled out the small potion from his satchel and sprayed it on Primblop. That better, mate? Ace asked. Primblop responded. You can take a break now, pal. Ace told his Primblop. He pulled out the empty Pokeball and the small red beam hit Primblop, engulfing it and then transporting it back inside his Pokeball. I got one last Machoke, Colby called out, as he threw his last Pokeball and the final Machoke stood there tall and packed with muscle just like the two Machokes before it. Ace looked down at his Luxray, who was sat next to him. You want to do this? Ace asked. Luxray climbed on all fours and nodded with a small gruff. Okay. My next Pokemon's Luxray, Ace called out. With a giant leap, his Luxray landed in the arena square, facing the opposing Machoke. Use double attack, Colby called out, and the Machoke leapt forward and swung its fist at Luxray. Iron Tail, Ace yelled. Luxray's tail became more silver and shiny, as Luxray jumped and rolled forward, smashing its iron-coated tail on the Machoke, smashing its head to the ground. Quickly use Thunderbolt, Ace called out. Luxray landed and became wrapped in lightning. The yellow form of electricity bolted forward off of Luxray and hit Machoke, electrocuting it to the point of passing out. But how? I've never been defeated this quick, Colby muttered with a dropped mouth. And that's how it's done. Ace smiled. Luxray ran over to Ace, who stroked his head. Machoke was returned to his Pokeball, and Colby walked off the arena stage. Well done. That was a great battle, Colby told Ace. Thanks for battling me, man. That was a lot of fun, Ace grinned. That was fantastic, a woman's voice called out. Ace looked up to see a young woman stood on a balcony ledge, looking down at the arena. She hopped off the ledge and with a flip she landed on the floor, rolled to secure her safe landing, and stood in front of Ace and Luxray. Nice to meet you. I'm Maylene, the Veilstone City gym leader, the woman said. And that was part 1 of the Veilstone City gym of Pokemon The Lost Chronicles. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a continuation, but I do enjoy very much writing the story. So, I just want to quickly shout out Zero to Hero, a duo brothers doing a podcast of respecting fandoms. You've got the Red Cornish Ranger, who's doing Doctor Who audio drama. You've got the Rachel Show Unleashed, which is another podcast, the Baker Ranger podcast, and of course Cosplay Dude 637, who does his own fanfiction as well. You can find them all on different podcast places. If you guys have enjoyed this, let me know what Pokemon do you want to see in different fanfictions of mine, blah blah blah. And yeah, subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next one. May the power protect you, may the force be with you, and I shall see you guys soon.